Guys, this is very important because it's one of the few ways on how you can make your character stronger in Dragonheir Silent Gods, and I think that everybody should use this method every time you are engaging into a fight. So I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. I'll be doing a guide on crafting all the recipes and show you which ones you should use to get the most value out of it. We do have a lot of different potions in the game, and of course, you're not gonna end up in using them all. You have legendaries, epics, rares, commons, and a lot of them are kind of like trash. I'm not a big fan of potions that give me 3% cold damage on all my team. You know, like, it's pretty underwhelming when you have things that give you 15 accuracy and 10% defense, or attack, or they give you attack and HP, you know, or a lot of different combinations of substats that are very important for your team, and they will enable you to beat a stage that maybe you weren't able to beat before because you were pretty damn close to it, you know. So definitely very important to use consumables and to know how to craft them as well. I do want to give a big shout out to Kurata because he's the person that put the spreadsheet together. I'm gonna link it for you guys as well in the pinned comment so you can see all the recipes. Some of these, they have double or triple or quadruple recipes of achieving the same thing, you know. So if you're gonna head right here, basically the only way on how you can collect all the recipes is either by crafting them yourself, by cooking stuff and discovering things, by purchasing stuff from the merchant. They have recipes in there, and other than that, it's just like, yeah, trying them out. So I have quite a few of them unlocked. I gotta say, I'm using the beef stew a lot. I'm using the royal fish soup quite a bit too. I'm using the smoked ham. Things that give me defense or attack usually. They are things that gives me attack and accuracy, or HP and attack, which is one of the best. This one right here, because it gives you double the stats, two of them at the same time, you know. So they're pretty interesting things. Now, in terms of materials, I do tend to collect a lot of them from the map. I don't have time to stay and stop at every single thing that I see on the map to collect, guys, but if you can, do it because it's gonna be pretty rewarding. Of course, they are things that you can purchase from the vendors. Most of these things can be purchased from vendors, including all the potions will be accessible at different vendors in the world map, you know. So for example, let's just start with a flaming chili meatball. So we're gonna require 2 flaming chilies and boar meat. So flaming chilies, 2 of them, and where is the boar meat? Which one is the boar meat? Because I can't remember. That's definitely not the boar meat. That's burnt beast meat, and that's the boar meat right here. So 2 and 2 will give us a flaming chili meatball, which will give us 10% attack and fire damage by 5%. So that's great when you're using a full team of wild heroes or something like that, you know. Moving over to the next one, which we don't know it just yet, but it's fire damage and 10% defense. Seems like it hasn't been discovered. No current recipe. But then we have the Arctic Soothing Soup, and this gives us cold damage and attack, and that's 2 Arctic cods. Let me just quickly find my Arctic cod right here, and it should be boar meat again. So if we're gonna head over to my boar meat, where are you hiding? You see, I might be running out of stuff by the time I'm completing the whole video, because I don't have many items from all of them. The good thing is that I have high intelligence on my main character, which will give me sometimes double the things and will return materials as well. So that's very, very important. Then we have the Northland Assorted Jelly, which will give us cold damage and defense, and that's High Ridge Ice. So let's find the High Ridge Ice. And we're gonna have what else with it? Tomato. And 2 tomatoes. There you go. So this will give us a new recipe. And once you unlock them once, you're always gonna have them on the other page. And you can just easily slide and decide how many of them you're gonna wanna make, basically, you know. Then we have the Feast of Light, Holy Light Fruit, and Beast Meat again. My god, I'm gonna run out of meat soon. Actually, I have a lot of beast meat. That's good. Holy Light Fruit. Now, which one is the Holy Light Fruit? There we go. The little raspberry, right? This gives me a new one. Probably I never crafted this one because it's radiant damage and attack. There you go. All ally heroes gain radiant damage for 600 seconds and attack. So that's pretty damn nice. You see, and I'm gaining the materials back because I rolled the dice properly. That was with skill. Before, I was kind of like out of skill. Then we are gaining defense and radiant damage, and that's 2 holy fruit, and we have the summon. Now the summon should be this summon. Yeah, this summon. There are quite a few different types of fish in here, guys, and stuff. Okay, so this is perfect again. We're gonna get materials back, and we got extra actually. We got 3 portions instead of 1. You see, so that's having high intelligence on your main character. That's what it does for you. You know, it helps you with this and get the materials back. A new recipe unlocked. Just making sure I'm kind of like doing them all. Then we have the Ritual of the Dead, and this will give us necrotic damage and defense. For whatever reason, the attack one is just not discovered at the moment. So we have a big hound mounted summon. So let's put the summon back as the red crab. Let's put the summon back in, and then we have the zombie crab shell, which is this one right here, if I'm not mistaken. And do I need 2 of them? I do need 2 of them. The lower the rarity, the less materials you need to use as well, guys. You know, but this will be pretty material consuming, I would say. You see, again, we got a special one too, which is the electric and light ram. All allies heroes gain lightning damage and defense. And of course, we got the regular one, and we're getting some of the materials back. Actually, you're getting all of the materials back, which is awesome. That's why you want to have high intelligence on your characters. Then, moving over to some of them that I actually use, guys. Let's do some of them that I actually use, because I do feel that they're just more rewarding. So you have the deer horn pie, okay? So you have the elven wheat, and you have 1 tomato. And the elven wheat should be right here. So this right here should be 10% HP and accuracy. A lot of times I tend to use defense because it's just mitigating a bit of the damage in there. But there we go. Deer horn pie. So we got that covered. And we're getting accuracy and HP. Then if we're actually going to pay attention to the next one, max HP and attack. And this is going to be a pretty good one. So we have the boar meat. And again, we have the elven wheat. 2 of them. And we make the pie with 5% attack and 10% HP, you know. Common, we're not getting all the goodies with it. But this is a pretty good recipe, actually. These are the things that I tend to use the most, you know. Sweet roll, this is just 10% max HP and is elven wheat and regular wheat. So let's try to do that. Which one is my regular wheat, actually? I don't even know that, you see. That's my wheat, and elven wheat is the magic one. Is it 2 and 2, if I'm not mistaken? Yes. So this unlocks a new recipe, which I haven't cooked before, if I'm not mistaken. The main things that I usually use are the attack ones, because when I'm doing goblin, I need that extra damage to make sure I'm getting the right starts on. So sweet roll, I've never done it before, okay. Then we have fruit pie. This gives you max HP and resistance. But let's move over to the beef stew. So we need beast meat and tomato. Only if you would make the beef stew so easily in real life as well. And guys, that would be something. That would be something. So there you go. Beautiful. Then what else we have? So I think you're only getting the materials back. One is a new recipe, if I'm not mistaken. I think you're only getting it then, you know, which is still pretty good. You can't complain about it. Then we have the royal fish soup, which requires tomato and requires the big mounted salmon. And this gives you 15 accuracy and 10% defense. When you need some extra survivability, they're spot on. Now, these potions, guys, they don't work in the vortex. There are particular areas in the game where they just don't work. You know, if you want to make a yogurt, for example, just chuck in a couple of apples and put in a couple of yay milk, not the goat milk, and you're gonna make a yogurt which will give you 20 resistance, 20 accuracy. There are cases where you want to use that against the Lady of Greeneries, for example. You might want to use that, you know. So there are particular areas when you're trying to get high resistance, you know. So that's another new one unlocked. What other ones we have that really bring a lot of utility? So we have move speed up. Furious Brandy. That's something that I haven't actually ever used. I don't even know if it's mainly your main character speed when you're running on the map, or is something else. So you're putting an apple, and then you have the Fleetfoot Berries. this will give you something that will move the speed up on characters. But I'm not sure exactly what characters, so let's find out. Special brandy made of brewed fleet fruit berries. This curious beverage allows halflings to run faster on their short legs. It's obviously just effective for other populations too. I'm not sure exactly what it does, but I gotta try it out to see. Maybe it gives you some ultimate energy, but I doubt it. I don't think we have anything like that in the game. Then there are a few different ones, guys, that will give you accuracy, 4% attack, or max HP and 5% attack again, which is the Dragon's Deity Blessing Pie, and that will be quite a complex one. So we have 2 Elven Wheat, we have a Beast Meat, and we have a Lumina Tarragon. Now what's a Lumina Tarragon? There we go. I clicked on it directly. It's like I knew what it is. Must be some spice after the name. And this should be a new recipe for me as well, I think. Oh, nice. So there you go. Max HP, attack. But I'm not gonna do all of them, guys, because how you may see on the screen, there are like 60 of them, okay? And we'll be here till the end of the day. I just showed you some of them that I tend to use pretty often. There might be different ones that will be nice, like rare ones that still give you HP, attack, defense, the main stats that you kind of like need to have on, like the beef stew. You have the green leaf fish soup as well, which gives you attack or defense with accuracy, so keep an eye for those as well. And always collect materials, and always try to use this before a fight, guys. You're gonna have the option right here in the right corner. Let me just actually head over to a fight. That might give you an idea, you know. So let's go to the goblin. I'm not gonna do a run because I'm farming goblin 3 at the moment. But when you are engaging into a fight, right here you can click on potions, and you can see them all here at the bottom. You can choose which one you want. You see, these are commons, 4% defense, not really helpful. But that was all for the video, guys. Much love, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.